You're still burning up. You're still decomposing due to the pain and the inflammation. You're still decomposing. What do you think disease is? It's decomposition of tissue. You've got issues in your tissues. Wow, oh man, thank God for that drug. I have no pain. And I get it. I'm not telling people not to take drugs. But understand something, as I did in the One-A-Day just a few minutes ago online, I said, yeah, you'll tell your kids not to do drugs, but you'll do them. Oh, yeah, but that's different, Dr. Wolfe. They're sanctioned by the government, okay? Oh, yeah. But even those drugs are sanctioned by the government. I know that when I was younger, I did drugs, and the side effects of the drugs that I did to get high, they had a lot more. Let me see. Let me put it this way. No, let me reword that. The drugs that I did to get high or to lose myself when I was younger because I wasn't good enough for myself, okay, they didn't have the negative side effects that the drugs do today in the prescriptions that you watch TV. I mean, people are so dumbed down that they'll come on and go, yeah, this is going to get rid of your cramps, but it could or it might kill you. Wow. Okay, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk that. So what kind of person would actually create something to get rid of cramps, but you're rolling the dice and it might kill you? Would you call that your friend? Would you say that you're running a love program for yourself or a hate program? Understand something. We don't even know it, but on an unconscious level, we will actually pick the therapy that vibrates at the level that we love ourselves. Oh yeah, burn that out, scrape that out, radiate that out, dumb me down so I can't feel anything. Numb me out. I get it. I'm not telling you not to do this. You do whatever you want. But the reality is, if you want to still do that, wake up to the fact that you're amazing and you can heal yourself. But the reality is how do you find it? How do you find truthful information? For pity's sakes, I could be lying here trying to set you up, trying to sell you something. So come from your logic mind. Come from the mind of harmony in the body. Come from the mind of detoxifying, bringing up your vibration. Because that's the only way you're going to get rid of inflammation or pain or swelling. And understand, inflammation, pain, and swelling is your body saying, I love you, but we're off track. Do you want to die? I have to create some type of emotion here, some type of something to wake you up. But then what do you do when you've got a whole society of people that were given a body and they gave it away to corporate America? And they didn't even know they did. And then when you think about trying to help yourself, you can't. Because I'm going to bring this mother and daughter on in a second, but I want you to get this. Let me see. If I wanted to control the whole planet, okay, because I have, okay, the love of power, I don't have the power of love. I just want to control them. And guess what? My family, okay, we're beyond human beings. We're the gods of this planet. Okay? What would I do? I would give them an actual manual that, and I would verify that it's the best it can be. And then everybody would be using this manual. And guess what? Nobody's getting better because God, okay, cursed your body. And he didn't know how to make it. Mankind's not kind. Mankind is a manipulator. And the reality is you embrace yourself with nature and your creator. And it's called total love, total self-care, unconditional love for oneself. And that's the problem that we have here. How would you like to be a mother in this day and age, okay? Okay? I wouldn't. I swear to God, that is the worst thing that you could ever be, is a mother in this day and age. Because I'll tell you, if you were a mother 2 generations ago, you were getting herbs out of the garden. You were making teas and compresses. You knew the body could heal. Because 2 generations ago, you didn't have white coats walking around telling you about the latest, greatest scientific medical breakthrough that's going to change everything, but we can't get rid of the common cold. Oh, but wait a minute. The common cold is just taking the whole planet down and has destroyed us. Meanwhile, they haven't even looked after that, and there's no cure for anything because they're right. There is no cure for anything. The only cure is you waking up to your greatness, waking up to actually getting 1 and 1 or 2, not 11. Wouldn't that be something? So the reality is that this whole manual is given to everyone for 2 generations now. So we are so programmed, okay, that our bodies are stupid and we're stupid, okay, and we can only find health on a commercial, or we wait until we're a 911 emergency. And if you have that kind of attitude, then you're sold off by the pound. So welcome to Pelvis on Fire. Now, before I bring on these 2 lovely ladies, I want everybody to know we're going to be starting an email campaign in about a week or 2. And the one thing that I've noticed, and this is really important, you may not want to hear from me ever again. Maybe I've said things you don't like. Maybe they don't match your beliefs. I get it. Why would they? Okay? I'm like not like your average doctor, that's for sure. And I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not trying to pretend to be. But the reality is that what I want to give you is I want to give you self-empowering things that you can create the perfect day from the minute you wake up until you go to bed. End of story. No one else should be looking after you. You should be discovering how wonderful you are. Now, whether you want to believe this or not, but by the time that next fall comes, there probably won't be any media that we can go on and even tell the truth and tell someone that we love them. That's how crazy it could get. You think I'm kidding? We've already done the first 3 steps that smell and look like something that happened back in the Second World War that I don't want to talk about. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an email blitz where we want to collect everybody's email, not to sell you products, but to sell you on loving, caring for you. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing if you totally loved yourself and you totally cared for yourself first and foremost so that you're not holding your family ransom to do it? That would be amazing. And also, what kind of day would that create then? So we want to collect everyone's emails. And also, if you want to hear information that I cannot talk about here or almost any other platform, please go to my Telegram, which is download Telegram on your computer, on your phone, t.me/the Doc of Detox. Next thing I want to talk about is we are half booked, believe it or not. I can't believe it. We've only been advertising it for about 20 days now. We've got 20 people for Playa del Carmen. It's our 22-day training, New World Practitioner training, where we do 8 days of the Whole Life Coach. Actually, 9 days, sorry, because we have an orientation day at the beginning. 9 days of the Whole Life Coach, a day off, and then we do 11 days of the Wolfe Non-Surgical. And in that time, whether you have been a practitioner for 20, 30, 40 years, I'll knock your socks off. And if you've always wanted to be a practitioner and you're scared to do it, and all you want to do is just give and help, and you really, really got it in you, I promise you that after the 22 days, you'll be ready to get started. You'll know more helpful information than most of the natural health practitioners out there. You heard what I said. This can get me into trouble, but guess what? I guess that'll be my second name because I'm going to tell the truth. And the reality is this, just so everybody understands, when you do take a course with, excuse me, when you do take a course with us, when you do take a course with us, we'll actually build you for cost your own website. We actually do trainings every week for you on product, on strategies, on conditions, on the emotional condition, creating the physical condition. So we go into it deep. The training will never stop. And understand, we will support you so you don't fail. You don't have to know about the marketing. We have people in graphics. We have people with video that will do your videos if you want. We have people that will set your website up, look after your website, and everything that we do. Sean is my witness. I don't pay him enough to lie. We make no money on that, do we, Sean?
That's right.
It's all done for cost.
Right.
Yeah. So you're looking at about 25 to 30% of the cost of everywhere else to get all of these things. And you know what? Guess what I learned a long time ago? Teamwork makes the dream work. And I need everyone to find, and uncover and discover the practitioner from within. So even if you don't want to take our courses and you want to get involved with us, we'll create a website for you if you're a practitioner already. I want all the natural health practitioners of the world to come together because we can have our own organization where we teach self-care and self-love. If you want to be a practitioner, not treat people or mistreat them, and you want to give their power back to people, this is what I teach. We do not teach practitioners to be practitioners. They're New World practitioners where we teach everyone to do what we do so that they can be the light for their family. Enough about that. But I need to set the record straight. This is who we are. Okay? Also, for those of you, just like I'm doing for this mother and daughter, if you'd like to come on and do a live doc demo, give me a call, 855-900-4544, extension 5, and leave a message on my phone. I'll call you back. We are going to show you over the next 365 days that we're going to do a live doc demo on every emotional disorder, because you aren't a disorder. You just have a dysfunctional belief that you don't even know you're playing. And we're going to show you that every condition comes first from the emotional and then becomes the physical. Yes, we are. And we're going to show you every disorder from the curable to the incurable to the irreversible, that it is reversible when you take massive personal action. I'm just putting a line in the sand and telling you this is where we're going. I don't care if somebody doesn't like it. Because understand, the day that you understand that you need to totally love, honor, and respect yourself and love everything on this planet. I may not like things, but to hate something, it'll turn on you and you will get sick. So, until I leave this planet, I'm here and I am going to roar. Now, I will be doing a live Q&A if you've got questions on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay? And it could be later if something breaks down, eh? Man, I'll tell you, we've had so many things, eh, Sean?
Well, we got it running now.
We got it running now. Okay, so, and the next thing is I'll have Paul Hellyer, who was, okay, the defense minister. He's now 82 years old, or is it 87? 92. He's 92 years old. Holy, I didn't think I could count that high. Anyways, he's 92 years old, and he will be on for the second show, and I hope you're ready because he's going to blow your mind. But the reality is we're still wondering whether or not we should put it on Facebook. So it's pretty controversial, isn't it, my friend? So what we might do, I don't know. We're going to have to flip a coin on it and breathe on it, but we might have to put it on Telegram and BitChute, and then we'll advertise it here. So if you haven't downloaded Telegram, please do it, because the shows that are really controversial, because even though he was the defense minister, okay, of Canada, he's now the defense minister for you. Go figure. Okay. All right. I'll have him on live. And let's bring on Deborah and Sarah. Deborah is, okay, she is the daughter. Sarah is the mother. Okay? So, how would you like to come on, ladies?
Hi, doctor. Thank you for having us.
Hi, Deborah. How are you?
Not well.
Okay.
Not well at all.
So let's first talk about where you are right now. Okay? Where are you with your health? What's going on? Tell me what your symptoms are. Okay? And how are you doing emotionally and physically? Please.
So right now I'm having a lot of pelvic pain. It feels like stabbing, burning. Every time I have to urinate, like I just have so much flame and discomfort, and it feels like a 100-degree burn on my pelvis area the whole time. I can't sit. I can walk, but I can't sit. It's just very, very, very uncomfortable. Emotionally, I'm very upset. It's depressing. It's hard. It's debilitating. I lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks.
Okay, can I ask you a question? 1 second, love.
Yeah.
How much did you weigh and how much do you weigh now?
I weighed 140, and now I weigh 145. Now I weigh 120.
Okay, so now what's your height?
5'6".
Okay, so you did need to lose some weight, but the reality is you lost it the wrong way. Because believe it or not, this is called a stress weight loss, which means you're becoming more inflamed and more acidic. Okay? So your body's actually using muscle, not fat. So here's the problem. This is not a weight loss. This is a muscle loss. Okay? This is not a fat loss. This is a muscle loss, which you're going to end up getting weaker because your body is breaking down your muscle to use the amino acids because there is such pain and terrorism in your pelvis, and it's using it. Your body's using it to try to create energy so that this doesn't take over. Okay, because understand that, and everybody, I'm not saying anything that people don't know if you use your logic, and that is this: pain and then excruciating inflammation means that you're not getting the nutrition to the cells, and you're cutting down the oxygen. And if you cut the oxygen down by 35% or more for 3 or more days, then the cells start to become very distorted. I'm not going to say where they go. They go to a bad place. So the reality is we've got to bring down the inflammation, we got to bring down the pain, and we've got to restore the circulation. So anyways, keep going with your story.
So it was excruciating. I mean, I fainted on my mom's hands 3 or 4 times from all the pain.
You what? Sorry, what did you say?
I fainted on my hands. I fainted on my mom's hands from so much pain.
Fainting, yes.
The pain. It's so excruciating. It's horrible.
So just know this: that pain is from acidity. Acidity eats up the minerals and it burns up the oxygen, because pain is like a fire, right?
Right.
And for a fire to burn, what does a fire need to burn? If I were to have a fire here in the room and I were to put an enclosed casing on it, the fire would go out. It needs oxygen. So it's burning up the oxygen in your body, which will make anybody feel faint. Okay? Keep going.
Okay. So basically, do you want me to tell you how this happened?
Listen, this is your show.
Okay. So basically 5 weeks ago, I wanted to get pregnant again with a 3rd child, and they kept telling me I have thick lining in my uterus. So
okay, so she's not coming out really clear. I know thick lining. I know, but I need to say it because, and also try to speak as clear as you can. I don't know. There's a bit of crackling on our end again. So, everybody, she's getting a thick lining, and please don't think I'm trying to cut you off because I want to talk. I want you to understand, and I want everybody to understand why. The reason why you're getting a thick lining is it's for your protection. If you didn't get the thick lining, then you would maybe become cancerous, or you would grow a fibroid that wouldn't be cancerous, but it'd be a big fibroid. So you need to get that. This is all for your protection, the thick lining, because what's happening is the infection and the inflammation that was in your pelvis before they even decided to go in there, okay, is not good. So your diet has not been good, and your bowel movements have not been good, even if you tell me that they are. They're not. Because,
no, you're right. You're right.
It doesn't work that way.
Good.
And we don't need to do this today, but I want to know, because I'm picking it up. What do you feel so bad about yourself? What is it that you don't like about yourself? I don't want to talk about that today, but there is something deep here, okay? There's something deeper on the emotional level that, boy, I just get this self-loathing energy from you. And maybe it's not on a conscious level, but it's a subconscious level, almost like you being some kind of failure, not good enough or something. But if you want, we can talk about it, but let's talk about the physical right now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now thick lining, so, okay, on the uterus.
So I decided to go to, my gynecologist, and he said we can do a D&C and take out this thick lining. So I said, okay. So as I was in the surgery bed getting my IV, he said, you know what? And my mom is not there. Nobody's there because it's COVID and nobody can come into the surgery room with me. I was me by myself. He said, you know what? We went in, you had some UTIs.
Okay,
can I
say something? Can I say something?
Yeah.
You will never go in anywhere without your mother again. And if they say that she can't, then don't go in there. And if you decide to 100%. Still go in there, what about the phone? What about a FaceTime? They can't stop you from that. You get your mother on a FaceTime. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I want everyone to get this, okay? Whether you come to me, whether you go to a hospital or any other practitioner, you bring an advocate with you. You bring an advocate. Yes. I'm not going to tell anybody they should trust me either. You bring an advocate that will stand up for you, that's not going to try to take your money or try to get you to do something that's dangerous or something that you don't want to do. So if you do this again, you take your phone in and you get Skype on it, you get WhatsApp on it, or if you've got an iPhone, you do FaceTime with your mother. Okay? Yes. And you tell the doctor that your mother is not in the room, but she has a right to comment, and she is a part of this just as much as the doctor is. You need to let me know, any practitioner, you need to let the doctor know, anybody that thinks they have authority over you, that they don't. Let me tell you something. Everybody that thinks they have authority over you, from now on, whether it's the government, whether it's your parents, whether it's anybody else, that you let them know, I love you, but you do not have authority over me. I will listen to what you say, and then I will make my own decisions. I am not a broken or a weak woman. I am a brave heart, and if you want me to roar, I'll do it right here for you right now. Because I'll tell you something, this world is full of bullies, and I'll tell you, and when it comes to health care, men are the biggest bullies I've ever seen.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, love.
So I was on the surgery table. He said, put in the IV, and then he said, you know what? Why don't we do a cystoscopy when you go into the bladder to look at the bladder? And I said,
whoa, why? I mean, you don't do that. Did you have a bladder infection at the time?
Nope.
So when was the last time you had one, and how many have you had?
I've had two this year, and the last one I had was November.
Okay, well, you know what? The best way to get a bladder infection is to do that test.
Is from UTI from a urine.
And I'm just going to say this right now, so you might as well get this. Okay? So you could get a UTI if you had such aggressive sex, okay, love making, but 99.9 out of 100, all UTIs are caused from chronic constipation. And this doesn't mean that you don't go to the washroom. This means that you've been leaking your own waste into your pelvis.
Wow.
And then your kidneys have picked it up. Be with me here because, by the way, I need to state this. I welcome any neurologist, any doctor, any practitioner on my show anytime. So now, you've been reabsorbing your own waste, love, for years. Yeah. So now these nano poo particles, bad bacteria that go into your pelvis, okay, guess what? What do you think takes them up? It's either going to be your liver or it's going to be your kidneys, and it's usually your kidneys. So now what happens is the waste is trying to go out through the kidneys, and you're not supposed to be pooping into your body. So the waste comes into the kidneys, and when it goes through, guess where it sits? Because it's a sediment and it can collect. It sits at the bottom of your bladder. And just like if you had poo in your intestines and you left it sit there, it rots and putrefies, causing inflammation. You could get colitis, you could get ulcers, you could get Crohn's disease, you could get a fistula, you could get a fever, you could get hemorrhoids, but now it's sitting in your bladder, this toxicity that never should have went in your kidneys, and it sits there and it irritates the lining, so your bladder wants to shut down on itself. Remember, Okay, how do you feel in your pelvis? You feel like you'd like to curl up into a tight ball, right?
Yep.
And stay there. Well, what do you think that your bladder wants to do? Curl up into a tight ball. So when you start to get that bladder infected, it contracts on itself. And guess what? How many times did you have a bladder infection? You could feel the pain, you could feel the irritation, and then you walk to the bathroom and drip, drip. Only a few drops come out because the bladder can't handle any more irritation. Did anybody ever piss you off so bad that when they walked in the room, that was enough to irritate you? Well, guess what?
Yeah.
All you had to do was have a little bit of urine in your bladder, and it said, hey, you pissed me off. I want this out of here. If you're not going to get rid of this infection, this inflammation, I'm not going to be able to hold any urine. I'm going to be irritated really easy. So I'm going to get you going to the bathroom 20 times a day. And when you get there, you're going to be really upset because nothing comes out because I'm in contraction and spasm. So welcome to why you can't get pregnant. Welcome to why you've got a thickening of the uterus. Welcome to your pain on fire pelvis. And that is it.
Wow.
And I welcome every doctor, 20 of you, 30 of you, 40 of you, come on my show. And you can all come at me right now, and you're not going to win. Because understand something, when you go out and it rains, you get wet. And if you were to honor, respect, okay, what you put in your mouth, and remember something, there is nothing more important in this world than what goes in the front door and what comes out the back door and the highway of 30 feet between. And if you were to respect that right now, we could turn this around. You'd never be down this way again. And you can believe this or not believe it, doesn't really matter. But I will tell you something right now that I will say without exaggeration, that the women that come to us that can't get pregnant, when they do the Wolfe Non-Surgical, and we can get in there and pull the scar tissue apart that's in their pelvis, and when we can cleanse out their colon and liver, reduce their inflammation down and an infection, they're getting more pregnant more often than they want to. And understand something, your body does not want you to get pregnant when you're this unhealthy. Because if you get pregnant, that baby's got to sit in the middle of a cesspool and grow. Because if I'm right and you're constipated and you've got a weak intestinal colon, then that means that you're absorbing waste like a screen door in a submarine. What is there loving in the oven, or is that baby getting attacked?
You're absolutely right.
Oh, I'm so absolutely right that guess what? I'm not going to do it, but I can guarantee that if if a person doesn't have just so much scar tissue in their pelvis that it's like one big brick of calcium and scar tissue, that they're going to get pregnant. And that's it. I'm going to guarantee to people that if they eat right and they clean out and they do high vibrational living, and if the couple would stop yelling at each other and squabbling and get rid of their dysfunctional beliefs that they don't even know they have, and there was love in the air, you would get pregnant a lot faster. So the reality is, believe it or not, and please don't get me wrong, because I had children and I messed up, okay? I admit it. If any of my children are on here, I screwed you up. I get it. I got it, okay? But I'm here to help you if you want, okay? So, the reality is that I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe that probably only 1 out of 500 couples should even have children. They don't know how to eat right, think right, or live right. And it's not their fault. But the reality is this. That's why I put together a course called The Perfect Pain-Free Pregnancy on an emotional and physical level. And we have people from all over the world, couples taking it. And once they come and take this, they've got the guidelines. They know. We teach them what to do a year prior. It doesn't matter when you come, but we take it a year back from when you think you're going to get pregnant, right up until the child is 2 years old, and we look at everything on an emotional, nutritional, and physical level. And that is how you win. And understand, you just want love. Your husband just wants love. But what you don't realize is that you're clashing. You're clashing because you haven't gotten rid of the dysfunctional programs that society gave you, and even your mother that's on the phone right now, God love her. Because understand something, my parents did the best that they could. They loved me totally. But there's things that we got taught by our parents because our parents got taught by their parents and by church and by the school and everybody else. And not all of it's good. And if you really wanted to know, 80 to 90% of all the beliefs that people have are toxic. Because understand something, 86% of the population has an autoimmune disease, not one, but two, but maybe three. 80% of the population is pre-diabetic, and 80% of the population is overweight, and 50% of the population is obese. Now, would you say that people can emotionally and physically look after themselves today? No, they've been programmed. So now let's get back to you.
Okay.
So, are you getting? Are you starting to understand though? Are you starting to understand how you got to where you got to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
Take it away, love.
100%.
Take it away.
So then, unfortunately, he bullied me into, come on, let's just do it. It's fine. It's not even invasive. I didn't have any time to even Google it or see what it was, or, and I was unfortunately desperate to get pregnant. So I said, okay. The next day was the death.
Wait. But he did the scope. Yeah. He did the scope for your bladder, but he also did the DNC, right?
He did the DNC, and then I had a little small cyst in my, not in my uterus, in my cervix, like in the beginning, like just a little, like a 2 millimeter cyst. And
okay, can you hold on for 1 second?
Scooped it out.
Yeah, I want to go back for 1 second if I can. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so understand something. A cyst, I will say this, and then I want people to think about this, but everybody does not like the word cyst. I get it. But a cyst is an internal pimple. Now say it back to me.
A cyst is an internal pimple.
Now, can we get rid of pimples?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah, we can. No, let's leave it there for a second. Let it brew. So everybody, a DNC is dilation, and curettage is a procedure to remove tissue from the inside of the uterus. So did they scrape your uterus or did they burn it?
Scrape.
Okay. So the doctors perform dilation and curettage to diagnose and treat certain uterine conditions such as heavy bleeding or to clear the uterine lining. Okay, so where they were scraping it to try to bring the lining down, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I want you to do your own research, everyone, because I'm just a natural health doctor, that's all. But do your own research and find out when you do that, you create more scar tissue. And understand, in most cases, you create more scar tissue than you scraped away. Are you with me yet, love?
Yes.
Okay, so now the cyst that they took off, okay, you don't want to be doing that. Well, you do. Do whatever you want. Let's just put it this way. When I'm on here talking right now, I want to be talking not as somebody who thinks they know what they're talking about. Or as somebody who's a natural health doctor. I want to be on here talking about somebody who's talking logic. For myself, I would never do this or allow my family to do this. So everybody's allowed to do what they need to do. I will not diagnose, and I will not prescribe. I will explain to people how they came from here and got to here and how we're going to get back home, which is totally loving and healing ourselves. So when you go in there and you cut that cyst out, it's a pustule. It's a pustule. And the reality is you needed that because there was so much infection in you. Your body said, I'll tell you what, sweetheart, until you wake up, until you reduce the infection coming from your bowel and you start eating better, thinking better, loving yourself better, okay, and stop having so much infection. Because see here, everybody, look at this. Look at her pelvis. This is her pelvis. Large intestine, here's the cecum, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid, this is the sigmoid colon, and then pooper, right? So she's been pooping in her pelvis, and she filled this all up with infection. Well, she did because she has bladder infections. Anybody that has bladder infections is pooping in their pelvis. Now understand something. That sounds so logical. that people don't get it, because it's like, well, Dr. Wolfe, if that was true, then we would all know about it. Well, because guess what? Whether you want to believe this or not, we're all programmed to kill ourselves slowly. Okay? All right? To get sick, because it's a sickness business. So the reality is, if she would have been raised by a mother who knew this, but how could her mother know this? Her mother's mother didn't know it, but her mother's mother's mother knew it, because that's why there was an enema bag under the bed back then. But the enema bag went in the garbage and X-Lax took over, which then X-Lax went into you, and guess what? We know it's toxic. And when it goes into your bowel, it goes in there and your bowel goes, get this the heck out of here, and then the loose poop comes, but you never really do clean out. And that's why we always want to create the perfect day and have 2 to 3 really great bowel movements a day. That's why we want to eat a whole plant-based diet. That's why we want to get rid of all of our addictive behaviors, which I know that you have some love. Okay? So now, like I said, it's a soup bowl. And you got to understand something. If your body didn't cause all this inflammation and pain, and you kept going on the way you're going on, you won't last. So I want everybody to get this. I'm not coming from a doctor point of view. I'm coming from a logical point of view. And the information I've shared with you today, everybody in the world should be getting this as soon as they can speak and hear. When you're 2 years old, you should be teaching your children. 1 year old, your children should be taught about proper bowel movements. It's a computer printout. It tells you how healthy you are or not. But mothers don't even do that. They don't even look at it. You wouldn't believe what people tell me is a good bowel movement. Okay? So understand, that's the Holy Grail. So now, you've already got tons of infection and inflammation in there. We're going to put the scope up. Then we're going to scrape. Then we're going to cut the cyst off. How much can your pelvis take when it's already on the edge of inflammation? There. How's that?
Wow. I advise everybody not to do this surgery. Now that I know, it was horrible.
Let's just say this, though. Everybody will make their personal decision. And I will tell you, love, that there has been people that benefited from the surgery, because when you get into a life-threatening situation, the surgery will save some people's lives. But the problem is you weren't in a life-threatening situation. What you needed to do was clean up your diet. What you needed to do was drink the right type of water, structured water. What you needed to do was get your bowels moving. What you needed to do was do an ultimate coffee enema so that your liver could actually purify your blood. Now, would you like to say anything else?
He did stitch up the cyst when he took it out.
Well, he would have to. He would, because the problem is you can't leave an open wound, okay, in a highly inflamed, infected area. Because when you are that inflamed, we know that you've got bad bacteria and other negative microbes in there, and we can't allow that. We can't allow that opening. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So
then I, 2 weeks passed. He kept giving me gabapentin because of my nerves. My nerves were shot. My whole entire face was numb. My hands were numb. It kept going in my back.
Okay, but that's all. That's trauma and stress. Those are the symptoms of someone thinking they're going to die. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he kept giving me gabapentin, and then he gave me Lyrica, which both I did not take because I'm very homeopathic. I don't want to take any of those medications, and my mom told me not to. And
Thank
then,
you, Mom.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just said thank you, Mom.
Yes, thank you, Mommy. So I went to my acupuncturist, which told me, maybe your hips are really, really not aligned and they're not strong enough. And maybe we should this was another worst mistake of my life. second worst mistake of my life after this one. And I did text you the shots that they put in my back, 6 of them, to numb the pain.
Okay, but
do you want to go ahead and read?
you need to understand something. When they did that, okay, all they did was break the body-brain connection. The inflammation and the pain is still going on. It's just that they just deadened the area. So it's like, just because you're ignoring someone doesn't mean the problem's not still there.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's just a Band-Aid.
It's not even a Band-Aid. It's a silent bomb.
Yes, because now it's all in my legs.
Of
all
course.
the numbness.
Well, you have to understand something. You can't do something like that. You know, the last time you wanted to talk to your husband about something really deep and emotional to you, and he said, "Be quiet. I won't talk about it. I'm not discussing this." How'd that make you feel?
Upset.
That's right. So the reality is that's what you just did to your body without knowing it. And I'm not telling people not to get the injections. Do whatever you want. Don't listen to Dr. Wolfe. He's just a quack anyways. But the reality is now your cup overfloweth. So now you just spread it right out everywhere, because you pushed it out from that area and you pushed it into other places of your body. Okay?
Okay.
Wow, your acupuncture told you to do this? Your acupuncturist?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I'm never going to go to her again.
I don't know where she got her training, but you know, I have a doctorate in acupuncture, homeopathic acupuncture, and that was never in my training. Anyways, we'll let that go, because it's over now. We're here now.
So I don't know why, but my hips now are so inflamed and in a lot of pain, because he did also put something to make them stronger.
To make what stronger? To make what stronger?
To make my bones stronger.
Oh,
I
really?
guess that's what he said.
That's not true. That's not true. The only thing I've ever seen to make bones stronger is, and the only thing that's proven scientifically, is calcium ion therapy. And it doesn't happen overnight. So what he could have, I don't know what he gave you, but it doesn't happen that fast. Okay?
I texted it to Sean.
Okay, but you have to understand something. Bones get weaker because of acidity and inflammation. And wherever the inflammation is, there's a fire going on. And calcium is used to buffer the pH so that you don't get cancerous. Do you understand? Or have a seizure or a heart attack. So what happens is your body, in its all attempt, because it loves you, is pulling tons of calcium from your hips, from your spine. You know, I did a doc demo, and I've had 2 people come here from away, and they got the same thing. You got to understand, 99.9% of all disease comes from the large intestine on a physical level. You heard what I said, all you practitioners. So you might as well just pull your head out of your butt and wake up, because that's where you need to go. And what happens is that waste, when it infects the area, it inflames the area. You're pulling calcium it can be from the spine or from the hips. You do know that 99 out of 100 hip replacements are caused because you've been pooping in your pelvis. So the infection goes in and it creates inflammation in the tissues, and then the calcium gets pulled and it calcifies the tissues. And even when they tell someone that you need a hip replacement, they don't in most cases. I give a money back guarantee that you're not going to surgery. So I put my money where my mouth is. So, but the last 2 cases I had come here and stay here for a week. The one gentleman was here for 2 weeks. The other gentleman was here for a week. They both had tumors, and the tumors create lactic acid, and the lactic acid was eating away at the tissues. So it took so much calcium from the spine that the vertebrae in the lumbar, to the 3rd and 4th, in both gentlemen, were crumbling, because the calcium was used to try to buffer the pH so the tumor wouldn't grow. But then the tumor was making lactic acid that was eating away the spine. So, and that's the same thing that's going on, but it's going down lower in your pelvis. Okay? So this can happen anywhere in the body. It can happen to your shoulder. Okay, it can happen to your upper neck. It can happen to here. Like you'll get, when somebody's got gout, you'll see when somebody has gout, it's okay. or when they get gout, and then they'll start growing a big bunion. That bunion is made from scar tissue and calcium. And that's what that big thing is sticking out, that bunion. And the reason why they got it is because they're so acidic and there's not enough circulation down in the lower feet. So I'm just trying to show you that that can happen anywhere in the body. And they tell us that there's all these thousands of different diseases, so we can use thousands of different drugs, and it's all the same illness. Every disease is only a symptom of being out of balance. That's it. Okay? So I'm only saying all this and trying to give you this because you need to understand the whole picture so that your subconscious will actually take this in and say, you know what? Maybe I should love and care for myself from the minute I wake up until I go to bed. Maybe I shouldn't have those Doritos. Maybe I shouldn't be having that glass of wine every night to kill the pain. Maybe I shouldn't smoke. Maybe I shouldn't toke. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to numb myself out with things. Maybe I shouldn't be stressing out. Maybe I should be trying to breathe and take positive action. And if I stress out, I stress my husband out, who stresses my mother out, and she stresses me out, and then we're all stressed out, and so everybody gets to have a disease. So everybody in your family, while you're stressing out, is pulling calcium from their bones, okay? And they'll get to have their own disease because your personality creates the reality of your healing or your disease. Okay. So, how are you going to get the fire out? Well, let's just talk about let's talk about what you do in your day. And I don't want to make this too long, but what we can do later is we'll talk, me and you, one-on-one, okay? So, I want to know what you're doing right now from the minute you wake up. How's your bowels moving? How many times you're urinating? What does that look like? What did you eat this morning? What did you drink? What are you going to do this afternoon? And what are you going to do tonight until you go to bed? So give me what that day looks like.
Okay. I woke up. I washed my mouth with coconut oil. I did a rinse for my gums and everything. And then I spit that out. I brushed my teeth. I came downstairs. I drink celery juice.
Okay, so let's stop right off the bat. Let's stop. So everybody, This is the part where I'm going to tell her about things I would do if I was in her situation. So if you don't want to be on here because now I'm going to be talking about products, this would be the time to leave, because I don't want anybody coming on my Facebook later and saying, oh, that's why he's doing it for her. Okay, so just stop and leave. I just needed to say this, love, because we always have to have a half a dozen people come on here bantering and go, oh, yeah, he pretends he wants to help, but then look what he's doing. So let's just make that perfectly clear, okay? Okay, so we get up in the morning, and the first thing I want you to do from now on, this here device, okay, is what you need. Why? Well, it's going to go in your belly button, and if you go into my library to the Do-It-Yourself guide, and watch the belly button therapy video. This here, if you put this in your belly button and you do what I show you how to do, it will release 50% of your dopamine, 70% of your serotonin, and it will flood you with endorphins. So right away, it's going to calm you down before you go, here's another hell day, which you're doing. You're getting up in the morning going, oh, God, I can't even make it through this day. So we've got to set a proper intention. So I want you to do this at least 3 to 5 times a day gently, and go watch it. And I want you to, when you get up in the morning, I want you to, not before you even open your eyes, grab this, put it into your belly button, and I want you to do the lion heart breathing and breathe 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out while you're doing this, and follow how we do, going around the clock, the different motions with this. And guess what you're going to feel like? It's going to reduce your pain right away. And you're going to say, today, I'm going to stay connected to my breath. And when I feel pain, I'm going to breathe slowly and deeply because I'm going to release it. Because every time you feel pain, you're shallow breathing because there's a tiger after you, and it's called fear. And you're going to have to learn how to put a slight smile on. I want a slight smile on all day long. If you can't do a slight smile, yeah, but that's ridiculous, Dr. Wolfe. You want me to smile when I'm in this situation? No. Why don't you just tear yourself apart like you've been doing most of your life? You're very hard on yourself. You're very judgmental on yourself. Yeah. And I got it. Okay? I don't know why you disgust yourself, because you don't. And whatever that is, you better get rid of it, because it's something that somebody said too many times when you were younger. And you're so hard on yourself. Yeah. And don't tell me that you don't say to yourself, I'm not good enough. I should be able to do this. Why am I being punished? Well, you're not. You just have incorrect information, and we're going to get it right. Okay? So do the belly button therapy, connect to your breath, have a slight smile, and watch out how you just reduced your pain by 50 or 70%. But the reality is, as soon as you go into fear mode, which the whole family has right now, okay, because it's the end of the world, and with all this cold and flu that never ends, okay, it just adds to it. So mind your own business. Don't talk to anybody that's negative. Don't go around fearful people. And also, when you want to say something that's negative, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Shut your mouth. And I want you to become the Braveheart of this family. And quit complaining about what you don't like in your life, and start focusing on what you deserve, which is the most beautiful life, sweetheart. And let me tell you, there's the biggest rule right there. And don't talk about where you think you're going from a fearful place. Oh my God. Do you want to know something? Your situation, I don't want to go through it here. You can call up and get a consultation from Tara. I'll go through the case history. But your situation, I'm going to tell you this right now. In days, how about hours will cool this out.
Wow.
And what do you have to do, sweetheart? You got to go to the pain. You got to go to the inflammation. Okay, so, but I'm going to tell you how to do that after we get through this day. Okay? All right?
Okay.
So don't you just love how I'm such a drama queen? I'll tell you why I am. I'll tell you why I'm such a drama queen. Because I am going to do this one time with you, and because I'm such a character, you're not going to forget this.
You're right.
And I want to tell you something right now. So help me, don't make me come and get you. If you don't totally unconditionally love yourself and forgive yourself for everything that's ever gone on in your life, then you just get ready for the crappiest ride you've ever had. So put a seatbelt on. Okay? So now we do our belly button therapy. Got a smile on our face. We're breathing, and we're going, no matter how the day goes, right? And even Aunt Martha, that pisses me off, when I see her, I'm either going to leave the room or just keep a slight smile, even if she says something that irritates me, and I'll just go, okay. And those people that irritate you from now, you're not going to let them bother you, okay? Because believe it or not, even people that love you are bullies. Haha, isn't that something? Yeah, okay, all right. Got families, gotta love them, gotta hate them, you know. But the reality is I love all my family. I just don't like them all, okay? I don't like them. I don't like all their beliefs, but I'm not going to hate them, because that's just me feeding the disease that's already in me, called I'm not really loving myself anyway. So now we're going to get up, okay? And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drink. And in your case, in this situation, I want you to drink 32 ounces of hot water. Hopefully, if you have a structure unit, you don't have to have one, but make sure the water is as good as possible. Structure water hydrates the body and brings down inflammation 1,000% better than anything else. Even better than a Kangen water unit that's like $4,000, okay? So structure water is the same thing that rainwater is. I don't want to go into that, but you can read about it in my structure water guide in my library. You're going to drink, and if you don't have structure water, you're still going to drink a quart of hot water. And you're going to drink it as hot as you can without it burning, but it's soothing. Because we needed to go in and put the fire out, because that's what water does. And we're going to loosen up the mucus, and we're going to make and open up things to make things flow more. And I would add what's called tummy love, okay? Tummy love is humic and fulvic, and just so anybody knows, all right, humic will wrap itself. Humic, it's got 25% humic, 75% fulvic. And I do that because it's really good for your good bacteria that are in trouble. You can get just fulvic if you want. You can get just humic if you want. But the reality is I'd rather, and what I want you to do is I want you to mix, okay? Are you ready for this?
Okay.
I want you to put right now 1 level tablespoon of this into a quart of hot water. And just know this, it doesn't matter. I'm in Canada, but we have 4 fulfillment. If you don't have to buy my product, if you want to go to someone else's website, just feel free to do it. We're still going to work with you, okay? All right? I'm already over the issue of whether somebody buys my products. So you're going to put that in there. And what the humic is going to do is wrap itself around any negative bugs, okay? Viral, bacterial, fungal, stuff like that. And what the fulvic does is it actually brings in 60 different nutrients. And it actually, guess what it does? It picks up heavy metals and it reduces acidity. It actually goes in and takes these nutrients into your cells, drops them off, and then 3 times its weight, it'll bring the acidity out. Now, do you think that could be important right about now?
Oh.
Okay. So that's all you're going to do. And then if you decide that I really need to eat something or do something, just make yourself some celery juice and now do a quart of celery juice. I did say a quart. And then if you want, and you really feel I got to get some nourishment, I feel so weak, okay, just know that you can get our super cinnamon and put it in all your drinking water. That'll balance your blood sugar levels just like that. I mean, even super cinnamon with somebody who's pre-diabetic, they wouldn't know they are. It's all about sugar levels. And when you're stressed out, your sugar levels are way out because you're dumping so much acid into your bloodstream.
Wow.
Okay. Now, we're not going to eat anything solid until 11 or 12 o'clock. And if that means that you need to go, and I want you every half hour to go in and lay down on the bed or somewhere for 5 minutes and just connect to your breath and do light belly button. And if you feel a pain somewhere like under your ribs or down lower where your bowel is, where your pelvis is, go in very lightly. And if you don't want to get one of these things, make it. But there's a little rubber buddy on the end of it. And what you do is you go in there and you're going to lovingly go in and move it around different directions and loosen things up. You are you've got so many adhesions and scar tissue in you from the years. Everything's stuck together and it's not slippery and sliding. We got 30 feet of intestine that's supposed to be smooth and moving all over the place. Yours is jammed together from scar tissue. So that means there's lots of times when you'll move and it feels like there's a knot or there's a pull in your intestines or your abdomen or in your pelvis. Sometimes you'll move and you'll feel, oh my God, what's that? It feels like, oh my God, it feels like somebody just jabbed me. No, it's scar tissue. It's not allowing you to move. So we want to melt that. Understand, all scar tissue in the human body can get turned back into beautiful, healthy connective tissue with what we do. Go figure, eh? Okay, so now we did the liquid. You can do the celery juice. You don't want to do a quart. Don't worry about it. Don't do a quart. You can drink the quart throughout the day. Spread it out, okay? If you feel that you need more nourishment, do some carrot juice. And you can dilute the carrot juice, 50% water, 50% carrot juice, but also put the tummy love now. Put the tummy love after that first quart. You're only going to do a teaspoon of tummy love in every quart throughout the day. And you know what you need right now? Like it or lump it, you need 4 to 5 quarts minimum. Why? Oh, I don't know. There's a raging fire that's going to burn your body down. Okay, so let's get that in there. Let's cool this thing down. Other thing is, let's get you on the daily cleansing tea. Now remember, everything I'm saying, you don't have to do anything. You can just go and just keep carrying on the way you are, or go find a similar product. And I keep reminding people of this because understand something. Everybody needs to get this. It doesn't matter how my business does. I'm already abundant. Okay? So now, daily cleansing tea is there's no laxatives. You could take this morning and night for the rest of your life, and guess what it does? It helps to clean your colon, your liver, your lymph, your blood. Do you think that would help? And it's going to cost you about the same amount as a medium coffee. So for the amount of a medium coffee, we are looking after our detoxification organs. And the part I really love is this. You're going to love this one. So guess what doctors say? Oh, that's so ridiculous, detoxification. The whole body is. They're absolutely right. We're ripping everybody off. Your skin, I'm getting a clicking, please. Huh? Okay. Anyways, your skin is a detox organ. Your liver is a detox organ. Your lungs are a detox organ. Your lymph system is. Your colon, your kidneys. Wow, it's almost all detox organ. But guess what? The one thing that medical doctors have ruled out, everybody in charge of the world is trying to kill us. They're poisoning the air, the water, the food. You can't go on TV. My God, you can go on a computer. Your kids can go on a computer and they can go on porn and it won't stop them. And they can watch the worst porn in the world. The people that are actually running the planet are trying to ruin human beings. So the reality is that if we were like the Native American Indian, okay, if we were like a lot of the other indigenous people around the world, we wouldn't have to do a detox program. Thank you very much. But today we do.
And you would.
All right. So now,
Yes.
do the daily cleansing tea, do the tummy love. Also, then I want you to do a blender drink at 11 o'clock. I just want you to use berries, whatever berries you like. Don't be shoving a ton of stuff in. Just use maybe some organic berries. They could be strawberries, blueberries. They could be frozen, doesn't matter, as long as they're organic. And then you're going to mix that with almond milk or coconut milk, whatever the milk is you like, but not dairy. Dairy's out of your life, girl. If you never want to have a child again, have dairy, have yogurt, have cheese, have milk. It's not going to happen because that is a poison, okay? The only reason why we eat dairy from cows is because they have the biggest udders in the world, so they can make the most milk. I mean, if we wanted to eat milk that would be closest to us, we should go milk a monkey, okay? But who would want? You want monkey milk? No, we're used to what we're used to. And understand, do you eat cheese still?
No, I don't.
When did you stop?
Yes, I stopped.
When?
Oh, when? A year ago.
Okay, all right, good. But you'll know the rest of the food. You can go into the Perfect Day Guide in my library, and there's 4 pillars of the perfect day. There's exercise, there's diet, there's emotional, and there's nutritional. You can have one of my staff walk you through and build you the perfect day, or you can go do it for yourself, and you can call us and we'll help you. But understand, everybody tries to Band-Aid everything. And this is not a pitch, but for $150, guess what you just bought? You just bought me and your coach for life. You don't pay another nickel. Because guess what? It'll only take you a few weeks to know what to do in every situation and how to take your life back. That's the deal. So now you're going to do the blender drink, and you're not going to throw a ton of stuff in it. We don't mix vegetables with fruits. Please don't do that. We're not going to be throwing in a bunch of flaxseed, hemp seed. Less is better. The whole world's gone cuckoo. Okay, so now you can take your best berries, frozen berries, organic, use almonds and that. And guess what? If you feel you need strength, you could use a good organic vegan protein powder. Or, believe it or not, I don't know if you eat eggs, and I don't know if you want to believe me, but don't believe that people get salmonella from eggs. That's got to be the craziest thing. Everybody's lying and justifying. So what I'll do if I'm feeling like I need to be more grounded, more stable, because I don't do animal protein, but I'll crack in 1 or 2 organic free-range eggs into my blender drink with my berries, with my almond milk, and I'll also put a tablespoon of black gold, which is this, into it. Black gold is a humic fulvic powder, and what it does, it goes in and sucks up the acid, delivers the nutrition, but when it hits the large intestine, it creates a foundation for your bacteria, believe it or not, mommy's bacteria, because taking bacteria in is not going to restore your immune system. It's your mother's bacteria. It's not foreign. And that's what we want to build. And everybody has at least one of those. And we can make it into trillions as soon as you start living properly. And it's not that you didn't want to. It's just you didn't know how to. Okay? Now, if you want, you can make yourself a nice salad. But do not do any broccoli. Do not do any cauliflower. They're too gassy right now. We don't want any extra gas down there. So you can do leafy greens. You could do like peppers. You could do some tomato. Just keep it easy to digest vegetables, okay? And then use a nice dressing, organic dressing on it. I would suggest that you have at least 2 salads a day. And if you want something soothing, how about having a sweet potato? Okay? And having a sweet potato, make that, okay? And I wouldn't do much more. And I swear I wouldn't do much more right now. Now, let me just take a look and see what I'm forgetting here. So you can see I'm not trying to overload you, and there's no reason to do that, okay? But the biggest thing is, are you going to calm down? Are you?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
You're going to have to work on it. Do you have a Love Band, Life Band there?
No.
Do
What
you?
is that?
Oh, okay. All right. So here's the deal. You don't have to get this, but this is called the Love Band, Life Band. I put this together about 25 years ago. And the reality is guess what? This is a kiss. And let me tell you something. If you find it hard to give yourself a kiss, then guess what? Then you must hate yourself. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
And this is a hug. This is to remind me that I'm going to hug myself and kiss myself throughout the day, because guess what? Does the world make us feel like we were created by God Almighty and we're beautiful spirit beings? Is that what it does?
No.
Thank you. Your husband doesn't even do that. Your mother doesn't do that because they don't do it for themselves. And you can't do for others unless you do for yourself. And that's why Darrell totally honors, loves, and respects himself, so that he will do that for his children and everybody else, and even those people that are trying to kill him. Because I have to. It's the only way I can live here and have a smile on my face. So when I do this, so I'm going along and I'm going, oh my God, I'm so mad at that guy. No, you're not going to be. You're going to go 3, 2, 1, I got this. Because when you count backwards, it keeps you in the present moment, not back in your subconscious where you just run programs. 90% of your brain is your subconscious. And guess what? I already told you that 90% of everybody's beliefs are toxic. Because if they weren't, then why are we killing each other? Jeez. We'll even go and join a group, fly to another country, and go and kill somebody's parents, for God's sakes. Tell me we're not messed. And then we'll go do it because somebody said that there's actually terrorism coming. And the only terrorism is in here and already in our country. And I won't get political, but that's the God's truth. And we're being played. And you've been played. So now you know what you're going to do? You're going to mind your business, and you're going to totally unconditionally love yourself, and you're going to do nice things for yourself all day so that you can get well, so that you don't scare the living crap out of your mother, your husband, and your children because you're running an unconditional hate program for yourself. How am I doing?
You good.
How am I doing?
Perfect. Doctor, I think you are reading her like, I can't believe this.
Okay.
Exactly to the point.
So guess what? I'll just tell you a little secret. My father, we were born-again Christians. My father was a pastor. And when I was young, even 8 years old, I would tell people what was wrong with them. My father believed I had the devil in me. Okay? I got baptized for the second time when I was 12 years old to get the devil out of me. Okay? So then I never wanted to talk about my feelings or what I felt from people anymore. And then I realized that I didn't have the devil in me, okay? I was realizing that I was coming from my gut, and I meant well, even though I would say things to people that I ended up getting slapped or kicked in the butt with my father's work boot. Okay, all right. So, anyways, it's like this. You have to drink the Kool-Aid, okay? So either you're going to reprogram yourself or the world's going to program you and take what it wants. And you better get this. Let me tell you something. I'm not out to disrespect anything, but I will not listen to any system. I will not listen to the government about anything. I don't care about any of their laws. I only have one rule. Do no harm and honor my Father, my Creator, my God. That's it. I don't have any other rules. And I'm not going to listen to anybody else. I'm not going to listen to mankind. Mankind's the most toxic thing should be on 4 legs. Well, no, even things on 4 legs are much more nicer than 2-legged animals, I think. Anyways, let's get back to this. So the other thing is for you to calm down, love. I have what's called mag infusion, and all you got to do is put 2 scoops under your tongue. It tastes metallic, but it's going to calm you down like a kitten, okay? You know, it's not like smoking a joint. It's because what we do is we're burning up the magnesium from all the stress. Everybody's magnesium deficient, but if you take 2 scoops under your tongue, hold it, and do that when you get up in the morning, do it again. Maybe you're going to do it anywhere from 3 to 4 times a day. This is not going to give you diarrhea because this goes into your system and it actually calms your system down and keeps you in a more parasympathetic state. 2 things we're going to do for parasympathetic. Your breathing, it keeps you in the parasympathetic. You're smiling. You know what? If I were to get you to breathe right now, in and out, the Lionheart breath, and have a slight smile, I could tell you that the end of the world was coming, but if you kept a slight smile on your face, you wouldn't be able to take on the emotion that the end of the world is coming. That's it. So understand, you know, the physical can help to control the emotional. And if you don't get your emotional together, then you might as well kiss your butt goodbye. Okay? Well, your pelvis anyways. All right.
You're right.
So I also want you to do skin brushing. I think it's a really good therapeutic thing to do. If you don't have a skin brush, you can take a look on my website. It's a natural bristle brush, and you're going to skin brush lightly your whole body. Because what are you saying to your body? I love you. And let's slough off the old. Okay? And you can look in my DIY, do-it-yourself guide, and that'll help to calm you down. You'll also see it in my book, Healthy to 100. You can either purchase it or go into the library and get it free. Okay? It's the last chapter at the end. Now, are you ready for this? Okay, I hope you are.
Yeah.
I am not telling you to do this. You do whatever you want. Okay? I will tell you that I have helped tens of thousands of women. I'm telling you, tens of thousands. Do you know how many women have bladder infections? How many women have yeast infections? How many women have fallopian tube problems? How many women have ovarian cysts? Oh my God! You know what? There's your greatest epidemic. That the whole pelvis of women, and that's their root chakra. That's everything. That's the holy grail. But meanwhile, women don't know that they're undermining the most important part of themselves. You don't get, and you better get this, you don't even get breast cancer until you've totally gone in there and just raped and pillaged your uterus, your ovaries, okay, and that whole pelvis area. And people don't even know that. Yeah, trust me. I guess I'm a duck out of water. So now what I want you to do is here. I'm going to show you right now. There will be other things we'll do, but we're going to get you started on this. I would also ask that you take a look at Sononian minerals so that we give you the most powerful one a day to get you balanced nutritionally because of all the stress. Let me see if I can find it. Can you ask them to bring it in, please? Sure. Okay, I'm going to show you something else, and then we're almost done because it's not about overloading you. Okay. I told you to do the daily cleansing tea and the other things. I hope you kept track of that. I need you to embrace.
I wrote it all down.
I need you to embrace doing the ultimate coffee enema. Okay. So you'll need the black gold, but I already told you to get it. You'll need the tummy love. I already told you to get it. But you need to get a stainless steel bucket, and then get yourself the right coffee. And this is the cheapest thing. How would you like to totally restore your liver and your bowel and your pelvis? This is how you do it. Okay. And I'm not kidding. You embrace this, and you're going to be coming to me, and after you're about your 3rd or 4th coffee enema, you're going to go, oh my God, Dr. Wolfe, why aren't people doing this? And I'll go, well, you just took about $200,000 in bills from them.
Wow.
Okay, that's Sononian minerals. There's 150 different nutrients. There's more antioxidants, more minerals, all your vitamins in one thing. You can check it out. There is nothing like it. It took us about 4 years to put this together, okay? And that would be the one a day of all one a days. But don't believe anything I say. Do your homework. Call in. Ask questions. Anybody that's in authority of you, challenge them. End of story. Okay, last thing we're going to talk about is I need you to go take a look at the pelvic exercises because we will be doing those. And I will want you to take a look at clapping because we will be doing that as well, but we're not doing that right away. I would get a clapper and I would go watch the pelvic exercises and just know that my extension is number 5. And I already told you could call me, and I always call people back, don't I, Sean?
That's right.
I do. I'm on it. You know, I'm on it.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Understand something, everybody. I may not know you, but I love you. And the only way that I
I
can
love you.
have a loving, beautiful experience on this planet is to fill my heart up with love and shine that on everyone else. And you can think that that's some kind of a commercial, but until you embrace this, you will never know what living is really about on this planet. Okay? I'm going to show you the last thing, and then we got to go, because this is this has been on forever, and I've got 5 consultations I still have to do today. And I promised to do another online doc session with a practitioner that I'll be coming on around 12:30, 1 o'clock for a half hour. But I've got 5 consults I got to get to. Here it comes. Let me see if it's here. Okay, you're going to have to get them to bring in the silver gel right away. Right away. Okay, and I want you to bring, I think I have the True Essence and the frankincense here. I've got the bright ice here. Okay, we're good. Okay. I'm going to tell you one other thing, and tell them to bring in the C60 coconut. I'm going to tell you something. You don't have to purchase it, okay? But ladies, if there are any ladies out there watching right now, okay?
Yes.
I'm going to show you something. Okay, thank you. We didn't have all the products here, everybody, because I just wasn't showing them, and now I just decided, oh, well, let the haters hate me when I show the products. Okay, so now what I want you to do is, you don't have to get our product, but find one that is comparable to it. Get what's called Silver Bullet Gel. This is totally organic, non-toxic, and structured. So we know that silver is nature's greatest antibiotic. We know that the Silver Bullet Gel, our Silver Bullet Gel, has so many things in it that will reduce inflammation and infection. So what I want you to do is take 1 ounce of Silver Bullet Gel. You can use this on skin conditions or anything, but we're going to take 1 ounce of Silver Bullet Gel, and then we're going to take either frankincense, or we're going to take True Essence. Okay, True Essence has a similar vibration to frankincense. It's cheaper, okay, and it's very close. So we're always trying to help people out, because we deal with a lot of people with autoimmune disease, bowel problems, cancers, things of that nature. And sometimes, you know what, we got to make sure that we get them turned around before they bloody well run out of money. Okay, now, and way before they run out of money. So we're going to try to hack whatever we can for you. But you want to do True Essence or our frankincense. And understand something, everybody. I do believe that we have the purest essential oils on the market, and they're cheaper than everywhere else. And again, put me to the challenge. They're also in Egyptian glass, which means that the essential oil will last another 3 to 5 years longer than any other oil. It means that it also can stand up against any radiation that it goes through if you're traveling. So now what you're going to do, and it's only because I don't know exactly how much inflammation you have downstairs in your vaginal canal, but you're going to start off with only 2 drops. You're only going to start with 2 drops. 2 drops of either the frankincense or the True Essence. You're going to mix that into the 1 ounce of the Silver Bullet. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take, you're going to take 20 drops. 20 drops. That's it. 10 to 20 drops of this. I think that more is better, because this is the fulvic I told you that pulls the acidity, the heavy metals, okay? And that's what we want to do. It's clear, so it's not going to leave any black in there. It's the only fulvic eye drops in the world, so it's totally pure, and it's beyond nano, really small. So then you're going to mix that with the silver. Okay, so we got the Silver Bullet Gel, we got the 2 drops of True Essence or frankincense, and then we've got about 10 to 20 drops of this. You're going to get a syringe. You're going to put your bum up in the air, so put some pillows to put it up. Your head is more down. You can do it in the bed. And then you're going to get a syringe, or you could get an ear syringe. And if you use more than 1 ounce, go ahead, of the Silver Bullet. You just go ahead. And then you're going to squirt that in to the vagina. It's going to melt. And you're going to lay there for 15 minutes. You can do that for 3 times today. If you do not feel a bit of a tingling, then that means that you can use more of the true essence or the frankincense. I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can believe this or not. It doesn't matter. I have a lady, okay, and she is 77 years old, and she said to me, I have been itchy and inflamed in my vagina, okay? She had no problem talking to me about it. And this has just happened recently. And I've been that way for 15 years. I want to scratch it. It hurts. I'm in pain. And she said the worst part of it is, and because as the older you get, and the longer you leave the inflammation in there, which is caused from the infection from your bowel, the stinkier it's going to be. And she says it smells like dead fish. So you can believe this or not. I said, so in her situation, I said, is it more of a, like, it's not as inflamed like yours, like, a 10 out of 10, right? Maybe 12 out of 10 for you. And I understand that. You're not exaggerating. So it's just a constant pain. And I said to her, well, guess what? You can use anywhere from 5 drops, okay? And you can increase it. So she did it the first time. She used 5 drops. She did it the second time, didn't feel anything. She used 10 drops. Do you know why? Because it was all scar tissue in there. It was like leather. You can't have inflammation and infection without it becoming tough and numbed out, right? Because that's what happens. Hey, Grandpa, why are you walking? Are you in pain? You look like you're in pain. Nope, I don't feel a thing. He's as stiff as a board from the scar tissue and the calcification. He can't feel anything. It's numbed his nerves out. And that's what happens downstairs. Wow. So now, I hope you're getting this. Here's the deal. You're not going to believe this. Dr. Wolfe, she called me up the morning and she goes, oh my God, Dr. Wolfe, it smells like roses. Okay, all right, whatever that means. But the reality is, okay, this happened 3 months ago, okay? And she does it every day and it's never come back. And I just want you to tell you that I'm not kidding. She said she had it for 10 or 15 years. She couldn't remember how long. But I just want to give you one story, but I want to tell you something. I have had, I don't know, I'm going to tell you without exaggerating, maybe thousands over the 40 years, but at least hundreds and hundreds of women in your situation. And that's how you go in. You go in and say, I love you, vagina. That's what you do. You go in there and you just do that. Okay? So I want you to go and do that as soon as you can. And start doing the diet as soon as you can, the things that I've said. But understand something. Everything I said is crucial. And did you understand something? I didn't overload you, did I? I did not.
No.
And I'm going to give you one other thing that will rock your world. Okay? And this is for everybody. You got to call in for it. Oh, and just know you got to call in to get our products, because guess what? Somebody was so nice to hack my websites and try to destroy them. So I still don't have the shopping cart up, but it will be up sometime today. But if anybody wants to order anything, they have to call in, 855-900-4544. And my number is extension 5 if you need to talk to me. Now, this is called C60 coconut oil. C60 coconut oil. If it's affordable, I want you to do this. We will have this in different sizes. Okay, everybody? All right? We also have it in hemp oil, and we also have it in olive oil, but there's a reason for the coconut oil for you right now. And that is that our coconut oil, C60, it doesn't have any flavor. So it doesn't have that olive oil taste or the hemp oil taste, but those are really good ones too. But with the C60 coconut oil, it can take more C60 than anything else. And if you don't know about C60, it's where this is hundreds of thousands of years old, where lightning has struck. It's like charcoal, but you have to understand something. C60 is 2.5 times more expensive than gold. I need you to get this. C60 has what they call the Buckminster Fuller shape to it. And what that means is that Buckminster Fuller shape is what creates everything on this planet. The C60 is also called the miracle molecule. Now, here's the part you're going to like. It neutralizes free radical damage, which is going on right now, and can stop you from getting pregnant for the future. So it can neutralize free radicals faster than any other known product on the planet. This is the God's truth. It also is not 250 times, not 250% times stronger than vitamin C, 250 times stronger than vitamin C. I would have you doing a teaspoon under the tongue 3 times a day, and your whole world's going to change, girl. You better get ready to feel really good. And then when you start feeling really good and you've got nothing to complain about physically, I need you to start working on yourself emotionally and become the Braveheart for your family. Now, let's go one step further here. Go look at the rat study that they did with C60. Okay, the rats lived 90% longer. They even did chemotherapy on the rats to try to kill them. All right, they actually ended up killing the rats because they were living too long. I'm not making this up. Go take a look at the study. Now, just so you know, I put this on my face at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a day, just a teeny little bit. Nothing will heal the skin faster than C60 coconut oil. So for skin conditions and things of that nature. But I know that's not your thing. But I want you to understand something here. If you can get your hands on this, okay, I'll come back to that in a second. There's one last thing and then we're done. Boy, oh boy, don't lose it here, Darrell. You're almost home. Okay, so the C60, I do it like 3 times a day. I would do it 3 times a day. I put a teaspoon under my tongue and I make it until it's watery and then I swallow it. The last thing I'm going to say is when I told you to do the belly button therapy, here's what I want you to do. You can take CBD oil or a CBD THC mixture. After you do your belly button, I want you to put 2 drops of the frankincense, okay, into your belly button right after you do the belly button therapy 3 times a day. And guess what? And then drop in 2 drops of a THC CBD mixture. And if you can't find that, get CBD 2 drops. And do you know what that does? As fast as the speed of light, and I'm telling you it does, and you'll feel it. It actually ignites 72,000 nerves throughout your body to actually heal that fast. And why? Because your belly button was your life support from your mommy. And I'm telling you, when you turn on that nerve and you go in there, you will turn on 72,000 nerves. So there you go. That's what I want you to do. Go and do it. Go get started. Don't want to do it or only do part of it, do that. But the reality is, let me tell you something. This protocol works. And I'll tell you what doesn't work. People don't work because it's very difficult. And it will be difficult for you too, love. And it's just normal. It'll be very difficult to take the time, to take the money, and to love yourself this much because you're not used to it. I think that's it for me.
Doctor, you're amazing. Thank you so, so much. I'm going to do all of it right now.
I'm going to tell you something.
And I know it's...
I don't know you.
And I can't wait to call you to tell you I'm pregnant.
You listen to me. But listen, once you get the inflammation down, I'm going to teach you how to clap. And I'm going to teach your husband how to go in there and open up the scar tissue. And you are going to get pregnant. But are you going to love yourself enough to be patient to allow me 9 months to help to guide you, okay? And then we'll get pregnant, okay? Will you allow your body to heal? Or do you think that you can go and get a magic pill because of some magical breakthrough that's... Listen to me. If you actually want to get pregnant, that means you're going to have to love yourself well. And if you do that, then there'll be what? There'll be loving in the oven, which is your tummy. And when that baby does come in there, that baby is going to have a high vibrational mommy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
All right.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Go back and watch.
God bless you, Doctor.
God bless
Thank
you
you
too.
so much. You are the best.
You are too, sweetie. No, we all are. And it's very important that everybody doesn't put me up on a pedestal. It's very important that everybody understands something. We are all in this together, okay? And if we don't serve each other, and if we don't love each other, and this is not, I'm not making this up, then we're going to lose our freedom. Because you will only be free when you totally love, honor, and respect yourself, and you shine that light on others. God bless and thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, and thanks for being courageous, you little bratty farts. Okay, thank you everybody for joining me. I've already talked enough, and I will be coming on later. Probably, I'd say, what do you think, my friend? Probably in an hour. Yeah. I got to go do a consultation, so we're not going to get on here until at least 1:15, 1:30. I got to do a consult, and it'll be, it's just, I have somebody who's a practitioner and wants to talk about the abdominal work she's been getting and how it's just opened up her life. Okay? So until we meet again, just know that you're loved. God bless. You are the power you seek. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.